Okay, exponential shifts. We've discovered so far the basic exponential graph. Y equal a to the x. When a is larger than 1, it looks like this. Cuts at 1 and exponential goes up. When a is less than 1, say like 0.5, then it looks like this. Comes the other way. That's what we've learned so far. As with the straight line and with the parabola, when you have, say, x plus 1 or x squared plus 1, what does the plus 1 do? What is the plus? In this case, it's plus 1. So the plus 1 actually shifts everything up by 1. Now it's the same with a exponential of, say, 3 to the power x plus 1. The whole exponential shifts up 1. So if I just quickly look at 3x, remember it asymptotes with the x-axis. Would normally cut at 1, and then at 1, 3 is my first plot. Okay, but with the plus 1 tacked on the end, the whole thing shifts up by 1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to redraw that x-axis as a dotted line. Whoops, get away. No. Okay, so I'm just going to draw the x-axis as a dotted line at plus 1. The reason I'm doing that is that's going to be my new line that... What is the equation for that line? Y equals, or x equals? It is y equals. Y equals 1. So that is going to be my new line that the exponential asymptotes with. So in other words, it never touches y equals 1. What's that value there? 2, thank you, because it's shifted up by 1. And then this value also shifts up by 1 to 4. Okay, so this bold line is the exponential y equals 3x plus 1. I wouldn't usually draw the original dotted line, but I would always dot in the line that asymptotes. So let's just do another quick example of that. Y equals, we'll go back to 2x, and this time we will shift the whole thing down by 2 units. Here is a grid. Oops. I would immediately go and put a dotted line at y equals minus 2. Because that's going to be my new x-axis, if you like. It's going to asymptote with that line y equals 2. Where's it going to cut the y-axis? Minus 1. I heard someone say it, well done. And remember, it used to, without the minus 2, it used to cut at, or it used to go through the value 1, positive 2. Do you agree? It used to go through 1, positive 2, but now when you bring that down by 2 units, it's going to go through 1, 0. Asymptote. Cut. Cut. Remember these where it cuts is really, really important. When you ask to draw a graph, you've got to get these intersections right. I'd also plot the plot when x is 2. You can put it, substitute it in. What's 2 squared? Minus 2. Okay, and that would be that graph. Okay, so that is the vertical shift. And if we come back to our parabola, do you remember how we shifted parabola left and right? You put in brackets, you put y equal, say, x plus 1 in brackets, and then you square it. And that shifts it to the left or right? Left. Left? Okay, it's the same with the exponential. Whoops. Ignore that little mark. That will shift to the left or right? Apparently the left. Let's just try it on with a graphing package. Y equals 2 to the power x plus 1a, and we'll go brackets x plus 1 close bracket. Now, has that shifted to 1 unit to the left? Think about it carefully. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put in y equals 2 to the power x, and you can see the original. Y equals... y equals 2 to the power x, enter, close that. Okay, can you see y equals 2 to the x there? And it has shifted to the left too, so it does work. So here's my original, through x 0, 1, then through 1, 2, whoops, there's 2, there's the cross, and then the whole thing shifts to the left, so actually this is going to be a bold line because this is my answer. Whoops, not a great line, but okay, so that's shifting it to the left, so horizontal shift. How am I going to shift it 3 units to the right? Minus? Okay, it doesn't need a bracket as long as you are not messy with your writing. And if you write this, what is this going to look like? Whoops. If you're messy with your writing, what does that look like? Yeah, and the -3 does something completely different than if it was... What does the -3 do up there? It would shift it down 3 as opposed to shifting it to the right 3 like this would. So as long as you're neat with your writing, even that's not that neat, but you get the idea. You don't actually need the brackets like this, but effectively it is in brackets. Any ideas on how to flip the whole thing upside down? But where would the negative go? So you think if I put a negative here, the whole thing might flip upside down? Shall we try it with the graphing package? If you're comfortable with this, then feel free to start 17E.3. Y equals minus 2 to the power bracket, and I'm going to go x plus 3. X minus 3 rather. Whoa. So you see what happened? The whole thing flipped upside down, and it has shifted to the right by 3 as well, because that line is y equals x and then to the power 2 to the power x minus 3 to shift it to the right, eh? Just to compare that with y equals 2 to the power x minus 3 okay, so the x minus 3 shifts it to the right, the minus in front of it flips it upside down. You can see my equations over here. And that is all. I think my recording just finished, didn't it? Maybe not.